Well, hello all pro wrestling fans. We are back and it's time for our main event. Matt Carlos challenging Mr. Wrestling number 4 for the APW Worldwide Internet Champion, as we see the entrance of the Out of Control one, as we see Matt Carlos coming to the ring.
Matt Carlos looks a little tame right now, maybe focused on the match at hand, which is good. This is an incredible opportunity for Mr. Matt Carlos going into this championship match against Mr. Wrestling number 4.
Now, I hate to take away from this main event, but Matt, I have to ask you,
Matthew,
what was that like in that room with Corvus and Larry and everything that was going on?
honestly, John, it was a very disturbing experience, and I really don't feel like sharing with you or the millions of people watching this show.
All right, well, that is your prerogative, and we're going to go straight to this main event. Matt Carlos is fired up. This crowd is fired up for this main event. We hope that you are fired up at home as well. It's time for the All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Championship match.
You know what I'll say? The one thing that irritates me the most about Matt Carlos is the fact that he calls himself Matt. How degrading is that to himself? Matthew Carlos. How great does that sound? Out of Control, Matthew Carlos. I think it's music to my ears. The fans are waiting on the entrance of your champion, your worldwide internet champion, Mr. Wrestling number 4.
Well, there's the music. And the man should be coming out soon. Don't forget, folks, to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/allprowrestling for all your pro wrestling updates. And also comment, rate, subscribe. All the great videos on All Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel, youtube.com/allprowrestling. You will find this man, the All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Champion, Mr. Wrestling number 4, on a good amount of those videos.
Absolutely ridiculous. Watch this. Watch this right here, what Mr. Wrestling number 4 is about to do. Can't he warm up in the back before coming out to meet his opponent out in the ring? Why does he have to do this in front of everyone?
Well, I think it's a matter of respect. I think he's showing respect to Matt Carlos. He's saying, Matt, I know you're at the top of your game. I'm going to make sure I'm at the top of my game, even if it means I need to keep warming up on my way out to the ring.
Absolutely ridiculous. He comes out here and he dances like a fool in front of all these people, not focused on the match at hand, on his title defense against Matt Carlos. Has a lot of fire, a lot of energy coming into this. Incredible opportunity for the young wrestler. And Mr. Wrestling number 4 is coming out here, jabbering with the fans, dancing, put his 4 in his head.
Didn't you try to sign Mr. Wrestling number 4?
I did, and because of garbage like this that I cut him loose. I gave him the opportunity to turn his back on all of these sheep, and what did he do?
He turned his back on you.
He turned his back on me, which is a completely wrong choice. But you know what? You have a chance to see Mr. Wrestling number 4 continue to make that wrong choice at our next APW TV taping, which is December 4th at the APW Garage, world famous APW Garage. Go to www.allprowrestling.com for all of the details.
Well, Mr. Wrestling number 4, he's got that internet title, that prestigious purple belt around his waist, and now he's going to step into the ring. It's time for him to defend the All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet title, a title that has so much history behind it. It is one of the top titles in this business, and I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup here today.
I will have to admit, I am looking forward to watching this match too. I want to see Mr. Matt Carlos, Mr. Matthew Carlos, if you will, shine in this and show all of the APW sheep why he doesn't necessarily need them.
Let's go down to ringside for the introductions.
The following contest is scheduled for a 30-minute time limit or one fall. The referee for this contest, senior APW official Tom Kester. And this contest is for the All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Union City, California, weighing in at 173 pounds. He is a 2008 APW Boot Camp graduate, Rookie of the Year, Young Lions Cup winner, and the winner of the 2010 Pick the Battle Royal winner. He is Out of Control, Matt Carlos. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 184 pounds, he is the All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Wrestling number 4.
And we will be back after these next commercial messages with your main event. The Worldwide Internet Championship is on the line. There it is, the APW Worldwide Internet Championship. We are back. It is main event time. Mr. Wrestling number 4 defends his title against out of control Matthew Carlos.
Well, Matt Carlos, he said it's time. It's time for him to get that brass ring. It's time for him to get that belt, and now he's going to do it. Mr. Wrestling number 4 and Matt Carlos are going to lock up and tie up. Here we go.
What an incredible opportunity this is for Matthew Carlos to come in here and shine, come in here and try to win that championship away from Mr. Wrestling number 4, somebody who doesn't even deserve to have that championship around his waist. And once Matthew Carlos does win the APW Worldwide Internet Championship, I will be back there with a contract in hand, ready, willing, waiting to manage the next stage of his career.
Well, Mr. Wrestling number 4 looking to put in a full Nelson there, but Matt Carlos counters and gets a quick roll-up, only one.
And that's where out of control Matthew Carlos strives. That's where he shines. He is so out of control, so unpredictable. Mr. Wrestling number 4 has no idea what's going to come at him. How is he going to go up against the unpredictable nature of Matthew Carlos?
And vice versa, Matt Carlos has been training with the All-Pro Wrestling Commissioner, JJ Perez, on different ways to counter Mr. Wrestling number 4. Matt has been training on ways to get out of that dreaded figure 4 leg lock, and now it looks like Mr. Wrestling number 4's got his work cut out for him. Matt Carlos is not going anywhere. He's got him here in a test of strength. Both men trying to bridge the other over, and it looks like Mr. Wrestling number 4 is going to be successful. Matt Carlos on his head and his toes here.
Well, Matthew Carlos is one of those surprisingly strong individuals. Looking at him, he doesn't necessarily look very imposing. He's not huge. He's not completely jacked up like the boss Derek Sanders might be. But Matthew Carlos is a very strong wrestler in there. He trained to
well, look at that counter. Rolls through only 2.
Matthew Carlos able to get out of it. Good job there. But he spends a lot of time in the gym. He's got a lot of strength behind him. Deceiving strength, if you will.
Well, he's been doing Hindu squats all the way to the ring. He's got great leg strength, which helps when it comes time for that dreaded figure 4 leg lock that we were speaking of earlier. And when he applies that, it's over. The ball game is done, and if he applies that here, he's going to walk out still the All-Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Champion.
And Mr. Wrestling number 4 able to reverse, gets Matt Carlos onto his stomach. Matthew Carlos, if you will.
Both men showing I think both men are testing each other. I think what they're doing here is they're saying, look, this is what I'm bringing to the table. Show me what you've got. Show me what you're bringing to the table, and we'll see who's the better man here. As Mr. Wrestling number 4 with a unique pinning opportunity there, only gets the 2. And now he's got him. He's got his head in a cravat there. He's got him in the center ring. He's going to try to bring him down.
Matthew Carlos trying to find that opening for him to get out of this maneuver, trying to get the leverage, the higher ground.
And he counters him by putting his foot right behind the knee, right behind the kneecap there, and he's able to take him down.
Modified dragon suplex, or dragon sleeper, it seems.
And it looks like he's got it applied, but Mr. Wrestling number 4 is going to try to fight out of it here. And both men showing their strength in the early going of this match. You got to think that's got to wear them down here as Mr. Wrestling number 4 takes a side headlock.
This match so far has been almost Greco-Roman in style.
Matt Carlos, of course, a graduate of the APW boot camp, as we see a tackle and a cover. 1, 2, only 2.
There's the speed of Mr. Wrestling number 4. He needs to make sure that Matt Carlos doesn't have any time to breathe at all. Tackling straight into the pin. You don't see that often. Most times, most wrestlers will take a moment to think about what they're going to do next.
Well, of course, Matt Carlos challenged Mr. Wrestling number 4 to this match. As we see Matt Carlos take down Mr. Wrestling number 4, runs into the ropes, drop down. Oh, and he tripped him up. Mr. Wrestling number 4 tripped him up. Oh, and there's that pin. There's that crucifix pin that I was about to talk about.
That's exactly what JJ Perez showed Matthew Carlos before the match.
Well, a week ago, Mr. Wrestling number 4 came out to California from Atlanta, Georgia a week early to train, to get some extra ring time here at the All-Pro Wrestling Garage. And when he got here, what did he find? He found Matt Carlos in the ring training with the commissioner, JJ Perez.
There we go. Lock up, tie up in the middle of the ring again. So far, I would call this match even between Mr. Wrestling number 4 and Matthew Carlos.
I think if there were judges' scorecards and the match was to end right now, it would go to the cards, because these two are putting it all on the line. They know what it takes to win that internet title, and what remains to be seen is, will Matt Carlos win that internet title in his first title matchup here in All Pro Wrestling?
I believe he has all of the strengths. He's got everything in his favor. He has an incredible opportunity. I know I've said it again and again and again, but this is the biggest match of Matthew Carlos' career so far.
Well, he's got him in a head scissors there in the center of the ring, but Mr. Wrestler number 4 able to counter. And now it looks like he's got him in a Dragon Sleeper of his own right there in the center of the ring.
I will say the one thing that Matthew Carlos is missing is me, Matthew Thial, in his corner. If I was in his corner right now, Matthew Carlos would have this match.
Well, he's got him in a cover there, but Mr. Wrestler number 4 kicks out. What makes you think that, Matt?
Matthew. And I don't just think it, John Roberts. I know it. I am the greatest mind in professional wrestling. Don't forget it. My advice is key to victory. Every time I open my mouth, gold is spewed from it. Remember that. Remember that.
Well, a Luthez press and a big right hand from Mr. Wrestling number 4, showing him some of that old school technique. Cover, hook the leg. He hooked both legs, the far one with his arms and the back one with his legs. Very unique cover there by Mr. Wrestling number 4, trying to put all of his pressure on the hips of Matt Carlos so he couldn't kick out. Unfortunately, he's able to muster the strength and kick out. The match continues. And this crowd is split right down the middle, folks. I don't know if you can hear it at home, but half the garage is cheering for Matt Carlos. Half of them are cheering for the champion, Mr. Wrestling number 4. And a leg drop from Matt Carlos there, showing his speed and agility. Cover, hook the leg 1, only gets the 2. And now he's going to put him in a chin lock there and apply that knee right into the spinal column of Mr. Wrestling number 4.
You need to keep in mind the age difference between Mr. Wrestling number 4 and Matthew Carlos. We're not sure exactly how old Mr. Wrestling number 4 is, but I think it's safe to say that he is older than Matthew Carlos. And anything you can do to wear him down the neck, the spine, the hips, anything is going to work to Matthew Carlos' advantage.
Well, every time we try to go visit Mr. Wrestling number 4 at his room with the Ramadas, we see a big vertical suplex from him there. He always stays in room 004 at the Ramada, and every time we try to go talk to him to find out more information about him, as we see him with a cover there, only gets the 2. We're always told, go away, kid, I'm focusing, I'm getting ready for my match, and this week even more so, we couldn't even get close to room 004 to have a word with Mr. Wrestling number 4. Big European uppercut in the corner, getting ready to whip him across the ring, that old school. Matt Carlos spun all the way around. Mr. Wrestling number 4 looking for the big splash. Matt Carlos moves out of the way.
Out of control, out of the way. Being whipped across the ring, slowing down his momentum by doing that twirl, and then finally able to get out of the way, dodge Mr. Wrestling number 4 as he comes in for that splash.
Matt Carlos in control with an elbow right into the spine of Mr. Wrestling number 4. Both men on their knees, fighting with everything they have.
But the question remains, how long is it going to be until Mr. Wrestling number 4 gets control of the match again? And European uppercut seems to have done the job.
Yeah, he's knocked Matt Carlos loopy, and now it looks like he's going to drop him down, but oh, and he does so. Cover, hook the leg, 1, 2. Folks, we have to go to commercial break. 2 count only. We'll be right back.
Are you or your son or daughter celebrating a birthday soon? There's no better way to celebrate a birthday than to throw the birthday person a pro wrestling themed birthday party. We have several packages available, including renting our facility with a customized pro wrestling show. Bring your birthday cake and invite your guests to attend a private pro wrestling birthday party. If you are interested in having All Pro Wrestling be a part of your birthday celebration, give us a call at 510-785-8396 or visit the website at www.allprowrestling.com.
We're back. Main event, another cover by Mr. Wrestling number 4. There's been back and forth action the entire commercial break, but Matt Carlos able to get the knees up there at the very end, knocking the wind out of Mr. Wrestling number 4.
Well, Matt Carlos gets to his feet, rolls across the ropes into the corner, and now he's telling Mr. Wrestling number 4 to get to his feet. Oh, and he drops a big knee right on the forehead of Mr. Wrestling number 4. This could be a cover, hook leg 1, 2, hooks both legs, only gets the 2.
Did you see how Matthew Carlos glided through the air like that? I don't think I've ever seen a knee drop so pretty.
It was graceful indeed, and it almost got the job done. Mr. Wrestling number 4 able to kick out just at the nick of time. And now Matt Carlos is in trouble again as Mr. Wrestling number 4 drops him down. Is he going to be thinking knee of his own? No, flying headbutt from Mr. Wrestling number 4. Cover, 1, 2, only gets the 2.
That'll absolutely make your heart stop. The headbutt from the second rope onto the chest.
I think we've seen almost every single type of cover in the book, and even the ones that haven't been put in the book yet here. Mr. Wrestling number 4 grabbing both arms of Matt Carlos there, trying to keep the shoulders pinned down. Carlos able to kick out. These two are putting it all on the line. Double clothesline. Both men are down, but that's a cover right there. Tom Castor should be counting. 1, 2, only gets the 2.
Tom Castor was on top of his game there. We could have had a retention from Mr. Wrestling number 4, and that was a wicked clothesline between the two of them. At this point, John, what is it going to take for one of these men to get a true advantage in this match?
Well, I think when it comes down to it, it's going to come down to cardio in the end. Both men are putting everything on the line, and you can see Mr. Wrestling number 4, I think the age is getting to him a little bit. He's wobbly. Oh, but there you see, he always comes back. Right when you think he's out of it, he comes back, he fights back, throws something out there, and that's why you can never count either one of these men out. I think it's going to take every trick they've got in the bag and then some to win this match. Mr. Wrestling number 4, only 2 there.
Well, you can see the fine showing from the APW boot camp graduate, Matthew Carlos. His training is coming very clear in this match. You can't just come into a championship match against Mr. Wrestling number 4 haphazardly with only a couple of matches under your belt. Matthew Carlos is already a 2-year veteran here at APW, and I'll add that to the 2 years that he spent at the APW boot camp, and you've got a true competitor in that ring.
You're absolutely right. A former Rookie of the Year, a Young Lions Cup winner, and Matt Carlos is in a world of hurt right now. He's in a pretty big predicament, but he's fighting out, and he gets a cover there. Only 2. Mr. Wrestling number 4 rolls over, cover, and Matt Carlos kicks out. His foot's in the rope, so Mr. Wrestling's going to back up, but Matt Carlos grabs the leg, smart, looking to get a cover. No, he's going to try to apply a toe hold there.
So that's good. That's good. Take the legs out from Mr. Wrestling number 4.
And now a unique pinning predicament. Mr. Wrestling number 4 in trouble. He's got a toe hold applied on him, and he's getting pinned at the same time. 1, 2.
That's good, though. If you take out the legs of Mr. Wrestling number 4, look at it going after the hair like that. What dirty cheat by Mr. Wrestling number 4. Anyway, you take the legs away from Mr. Wrestling number 4. You take away not only the figure 4, but as well as the $1 million knee lift. 2 paths to victory that Mr. Wrestling number 4 goes to all the time.
Well, Mr. Wrestling number 4 in trouble. It looks like the training from the APW commissioner, JJ Perez, is paying off here with Matt Carlos, and he's using every bit of skill that he learned in the All Pro Wrestling Boot Camp in this matchup, and then some. This has been an amazing match so far.
The question remains, though, what is it going to take for one of these two to get a clear advantage? It's been back and forth this entire match. Matt Carlos able to get a couple of shots in, a couple of moves in, but Mr. Wrestling number 4 is right there again to stop him in his tracks.
Well, Matt Carlos going to send him across the ring, but Mr. Wrestling number 4 counters in the center of the ring, looking to hit something, but Carlos counters. Both men having the same idea. It's Mr. Wrestling Matt Carlos who looks up first, realizing what he's got in front of him. Now, sunset flip.
There you go, figure 4, figure 4. He's going to lock it in.
There it is. He's got the figure 4 in the center of the ring. This match is going to be over. Carlos is in trouble. In the center of the ring, he's got nowhere to go. He's trying to lay on his back to take away the pressure, and now he's going to try to roll him over.
I don't know if it's a height thing. I don't know exactly what it is, but we've seen this in matches before. Mr. Wrestling number 4 is not able to get the full effect of that figure 4 arm, but it's because he's not able to put his knee over the ankle of Matthew Carlos.
And Matt Carlos rolled over, changed the pressure. I think he might have pushed off the referee a little bit, but Matt Carlos rolls over and gets all the way to the rope in order to break the hold. It looked like he was going to try to switch the pressure onto Mr. Wrestling number 4. Instead, grabs the rope, breaks the hold, and both men back up to a vertical base.
And how much damage did that figure 4 do to Matthew Carlos? He needs those legs to get the full effect of that Union landing finishing move that he uses at the end of his matches as well.
Well, you can hear this crowd split right down the middle, just as they've been the entire matchup, as Carlos gets whipped into the rope.
Uh-oh, caught with the up and over.
Oh, big maneuver from Mr. Wrestling number 4. Lays him out. Cover 1, 2.
It was a great TKO by Mr. Wrestling number 4. Not enough to get Matthew Carlos, though.
You got to wonder, what's it going to take for Mr. Wrestling number 4? This is a man that you scouted to sign with you, so you know a lot about Mr. Wrestling number 4. What do you think it's going to take for Mr. Wrestling number 4 to win this match?
That's more of a question about Matthew Carlos than Mr. Wrestling number 4. It's hard to say exactly what it's going to take out your opponent. I know that Mr. Wrestling number 4 is going to go and try anything that he can.
Oh, looking for the Union landing counter. What a unique counter for the Union landing. A backbreaker by Mr. Wrestling number 4 on Matt Carlos. Carlos is in trouble all the way on the other side of the ring. Mr. Wrestling number 4 crawling to a cover. Gets it there. 1, 2, smartly pulls him away from the ropes, but only gets a 2 count. Pulled him away from the ropes so he couldn't utilize the rope break. Still only gets the 2 count. These fans are on the edge of their seats. I know you are at home because I am here in the studio. This has been a great matchup. Matt Carlos trying to fire up a boot to the gut by Matt Carlos.
Try to go for a backslide here. This is one many a matches in APW.
Looking for the backslide. 1, 2. Oh, so close. Almost had him there. Carlos thought he had the 3, thought he had won the internet title. Looks at referee Tom Castro. Tom Castro says, you were that close, Matt. Keep going.
I'll have to say that I'm getting pretty excited about this match. Mr. Wrestling number 4 going for his own backslide.
Only gets the 2. Did you see how close Tom Castro's hand was that time? This match was almost over. This has been a great match.
What this is showing me right now, John Roberts, is this match can end at any second. Any pinfall. Oh, all the way out of the ring, Matt Carlos goes from a forearm to the face by Mr. Wrestling number 4. Tom Castro checking on the health of the challenger. But like I said, and it shows it right there, these men are so spent. This match could end at any moment. Any backslide, any small package, any cover, any power move could do it. We could have a new champion in 3 seconds. We could have a retaining champion in Mr. Wrestling number 4 in just as long.
Well, you got to wonder what's the condition of Matt Carlos right now. His head smacking that hard concrete floor here outside the ring at the garage. You know, unlike other places, there's no rubber mats outside the ring. When you hit the floor, you're hitting hard concrete. He's going to take a seat with the fans here and try to catch his breath. He gets back in the ring just in the nick of time to end the 10 count before the referee's count of 10. We got to go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley, and Alyssa Flash. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
And we're back. Mr. Wrestling number 4, Matt Carlos, putting on a clinic here at the world-famous All-Pro Wrestling Garage. John Roberts and Matthew Thiel here to call this action. This has been a great match. A European uppercut from Mr. Wrestling number 4.
Non-stop action all the way through the commercial break. Do you see the hard-hitting back-and-forth nature between Mr. Wrestling number 4 and Matthew Carlos? It's been going on this entire time.
And a cross-arm chop to the throat of Matt Carlos. Looking for that big knee lift. Nobody home. Now he's setting him up for another TKO. No, Matt Carlos looking for the Union landing. Is he going to get it?
Union landing. He hits it. He hits all of that.
That's it. It's over. It's over. We got a new Internet champion. 1, 2, 3. It's it. Matt Carlos has won the Worldwide Internet Championship.
Congratulations, Matthew Carlos.
And the winner by pinfall at 17 minutes and 50 seconds. And the new All-Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Champion. He's out of control, Matt Carlos.
There it is, folks. Matt Carlos has won the APW Worldwide Internet Championship. The fans are going crazy. They're going crazy, folks, here at the All-Pro Wrestling Garage.
I need to text my assistant and have him print out the contract for Matthew Carlos. Matthew, you've won the Worldwide Internet Championship. Instead of going to Disneyland to celebrate, you come walk right into my office, sign the dotted line. Your future is in your hands, Matthew Carlos, and I, for one, the greatest mind in professional wrestling, is willing, ready, and able to walk with you every step of the way.
Well, Matthew Carlos, he's got his family here at ringside. He's going to celebrate with them. There they all are. Everyone, his entire family. Matt Carlos being lifted up onto the chairs here at the garage by his family. Matt Carlos is your new Worldwide Internet Champion. A hard-fought victory here at the garage, an instant classic match that none of us will ever forget. He's looking at it. I think it just sunk in. I think it finally is hitting him. Matt Carlos is the new internet champion.
It's not going to sink in. It's not going to hit him for a long time, John Roberts. He's standing there. He's still feeling all the adrenaline from the match. He's celebrating. He's feeling the adulation of his fans. But once he gets to the back, that is when he's really going to realize that he has won his very first championship in his career. And here comes his friends to celebrate with him. Matthew Carlos, your new APW Worldwide Internet Champion.
Can you see the shock and awe in his face? There's Dana Lee, Big Country Jody Christopherson, a former internet champion. Matt's best friend Dave Dutra's in there, former Universal champ Dylan Drake's in the ring. And now the former Worldwide Internet Champion, Mr. Wrestling number 4, has that title belt. But Matt Carlos is your champion. There's the embrace, the hug. Well, former champ to the new internet champion. Best friend celebrating here as Matt Carlos has become the new worldwide internet champion.
The entire APW garage is on their feet celebrating with out of control Matt Carlos, the worldwide internet champion. I don't think I can say that enough. What an incredible showing from the young wrestler here at APW. Again, a testament to his training here at the APW boot camp. A testament to the heart and the desire that Matt Carlos has, and he has finally done it. He has won the Worldwide Internet Championship. I know this is a little out of character for me, but congratulations, Matt Carlos. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. You are the champion.
Well, Matt Carlos taking the opportunity to go for a stroll out amongst the Matt Carlos movement, amongst all of his fans here at the garage.
Emotion on the face of Matthew Carlos, I think it really says it all. Matthew Carlos being awarded the championship by the man that he just beat, Mr. Wrestling number 4.
Well, the ultimate sign of respect there from Mr. Wrestling number 4, awarding the championship to Matt Carlos. Matt Carlos going and showing the movement. There it is, that beautiful purple belt, that prestigious purple belt. Matt Carlos is your new worldwide internet champion. Why spoil this? One picture says 1,000 words. Why should I add one more? There he is, your worldwide internet champion, Matt Carlos.
We're going to let the celebration go on for as long as they want it to. I know that that Donovan Troy is going to come into the ring at some point and get a few words from the new worldwide internet champion. So stay tuned for that for sure.
You see there Matt Carlos paying respects to Roland Alexander, sitting up in the balcony saying thank you for all of your guidance, all of your tutelage here in the All Pro Wrestling Boot Camp. Matt Carlos, all of your hard work has paid off. You are the new All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Champion.
Big on his head. And Matthew Carlos is just enjoying every second of this. All the fans enjoying it. They're still on their feet for Matthew Carlos' impressive victory against Mr. Wrestling number 4. And we're going to go to ringside here. Donovan Troy, he's going to interview the new worldwide internet champion, Matthew Carlos.
You know something? I had a belt like this. There's things you dream about. There's things you wish you could accomplish in life. And here at APW, Halloween Hell, the headline match at APW. I did it, baby. I did it. After so many years, after so many sacrifices, after so many misheartenings, I finally did it. Out of Control is bringing home this internet title, and I want to thank everybody out here. I want to thank everybody on YouTube, everybody that watches the show. Because truly for me, all of you made this night for me Out of Control.
Well, folks, if you had to put a button on anything that we've just seen, I think you can say it in this simple phrase. The worldwide internet title has gone out of control.